most people to get here before I'm finished saying what I want to say. But because the internet's weird out where I live, in the middle of nowhere, uploading takes a lot longer than streaming. I hope this will be not too choppy because I think the internet looked like it was fine. I have like full LTE right now. So I just wanted to let everybody know that something significant just happened. I've been in the throes of getting the final draft of the first edition of my first shitty book, Waypoint, finalized here over the last few months, whenever I'm not working and whenever I feel like I can deal with all of the kind of minutia and weird learning curves that come with self-publishing. And yeah, one of the things that I really like, that I wanted to say that I really like about this whole experience of self-publishing was that, there was a time when I kind of like didn't really see the point of self-publishing, and I'm like, well, you're not going to reach a very big audience. Is it really just about like, you want to save that money for yourself? Like, what's the point? And, it just seems like a way to say that you're published when you're not really published. You didn't really get published by a publisher. But the reason that I had wanted to do, when I did the Lease the Plebe campaign, which I'll talk about in a second here, the reason I'd wanted to do, to self-publish this book in particular, was because I wanted to just write it to people already in my life. And that if I were to publish it through a publisher, then I would basically have to sell it and frame it and write it to and for a publisher and editor and other kinds of institutional people who would then themselves be trying to get me to change it for an audience that is not just people I'm already communicating with. And so it makes more sense in that way. And then the other big realization was that a book is not just a book in the way that people typically think that books are books. They're not just these things that you get from bookstores. They're not just things that you read from beginning to end and then never return to. But they can also be thought of as little machines or little like an idea package that beyond like the normal confines of how people normally think about books, which is as a commodity, there's also just the specific use value between interlocutors or thinkers who are working through ideas, and having something concrete in your hand. I don't know. There's something substantial about it that isn't there with a blog post, that people in my life will take more seriously. And that me, in order to do, I had to like sort of get my thoughts in order in a way that I didn't know I needed, but I needed it. And so just in my own development in the development of my mind and its integrated life with this body here in this world, that this project has been transformative for me. And I can't say that it's the same book that I would write if I were to write another book right now, because really in the process of it, I've learned so many lessons. It's really accelerated my development in ways that few other things have. And so I just really wanted to say thank you to the people who donated $20 or more thank you to everybody who donated to Lease the Plebe 2 years ago when I needed to get some money to move, because there was an unexpected move that I had to go through with. But to the people who had pitched in 20 or more, I'd said you would get a copy of an e-copy of Waypoint. That was before I had a name for it. I was just calling it my first shitty book. And yeah, it's I sent it out just before starting this stream. It's in the email boxes should be in the email boxes of everybody who did a $20 or more donation. And for anybody who did a $20 or more donation who did not receive a copy, I might have missed you. Go ahead and check your inbox and your spam folder. And if you can't find something from theoryplebe.com or at gmail.com, go ahead and email theoryplebe@gmail.com and have me double check and make sure, because I want to make sure that anybody who did donate at the time gets it. But for everybody else, this book will be publicly available on Amazon on or by November 28th. It might become available a couple of days before that. There can be a bit of a lag between the when I submit it and when it actually becomes available on Amazon. But yeah, if you want the print copy, it'll be available. If you want the Kindle copy, it'll be available. And yeah, I mean, I'll probably do another video before then that maybe gets a little bit more into the process and what it's about and everything like that. I mean, what it's about is time, energy, critical media theory, and culture war. Broadly speaking, the reason it's called Waypoint is because this is a waypoint along my journey, and it's really like one that is supposed to give people a sense for where I've been and what I've been up to, what I've been thinking about. But really, for anybody who's found meaning or inspiration in my work at all, in any way, shape, or form, if you want to go more in depth, this will be a way to go more in depth. Though, I mean, yeah, good luck with it. It's hard to write something like this because I'm writing to academics, I'm writing to non-academics. There's parts of this book that are literally academic journal articles, but then there's other stuff that's a lot more accessible. And so it's kind of a mix, a hodgepodge. It's a combination of a bunch of different things. And so, but what you can expect is, now that I have taken my first crack at it, better stuff down the line. If this is not quite your thing, maybe there will be one that is in the future that will be. But I think just judging from the feedback I've gotten from like 10 different proofreaders, friends and fellow travelers who've spent the time to read through the whole thing, a lot of people, or at least those people, find it useful, informative, inspirational, and it supplies people with some new concepts and ways of thinking about things that they wouldn't have otherwise had. And so in a lot of ways, it's already deepening dialogue with people who I care about, and I really look forward to what's going to happen as that continues to unfold. So thanks for tuning in here, and I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye. Oh, wait. Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks, Soda Cabbage. I hope I got your name right. I just saw it before it faded out. But yes, I think that the other people are also putting out books too soon, so that's really exciting. So anyway, bye.